Hey guys, I'm trying to improve my vertical jump and so far I've completed 6 phases of Vert Code Elite. Before I started, I tested at 65 centimeters, 25.5 inches, and since then I've added 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches to my vertical. Phase 6 was strength and plyometrics. This is the final phase where it's 5 sessions a week and then it moves on to 6 sessions a week, 4 of those being lower body. This was one of my favourite phases. There was lots of time spent practicing your actual jump technique, and then as well as that there was some sprinting, bounding and a few heavy lifts. I had to start phase 6 twice because the first time I did day 1, my adductors were so sore on day 3 that I couldn't sprint. So I had to go back and plan my workouts differently to allow 3 days between day 1 and day 3. We'll start with the sprinting day, some repeat runs going flat out for about 60 yards. I was running on a road near my house, but I did manage to get 1 session at a proper track. These runs were in phase 2, and back then I was running between 8.2 and 8.4 for my fastest runs. Bearing in mind I'm in trainers on an incline. I was much faster in phase 6 with my best runs around 7.9 or 8 seconds, and I could tell I was covering ground a lot faster. There was some speed hopping over 20 meters. These knackered my hip flexors in the first week, but I was fine after that. Then some plyometrics, a few that I'd seen already in previous phases and a couple of new ones. This was followed by a weighted ankle stiffness drill and an isometric hamstring hold. I'm very familiar with this hamstring hold as a preparation exercise for Nordic hamstring curls, and those do indeed feature in phase 7. After a few drills involving a diagonal step, it was on to the jump practice, and while I still couldn't improve on my best jump, I was able to get within an inch of it in 3 of the 4 weeks. I've been neglecting my right-left approach, so this phase I was trying to split the attempts evenly on both sides. I honestly feel like I have maybe 31.5 inch jump in me if I fully rested up. I've been working on the cues to push into the penultimate and punch with the block foot, as well as trying to accelerate through the movement. One of the exercises after this was heavy deadlifts, and that might be why my legs never felt fully fresh throughout phase 6. The deadlifts were what initially made me realise that my adductors were weak, because as I was lifting I could feel them struggling. It's really hard to judge how effective the sessions are if I don't have a chance to taper and test my vert, but I'm probably looking at about a 5-inch gain from an investment of £120. And compare that to other programs which have got me 3 inches for half the price or even free. People keep asking me which programs I like the best. I keep coming back to the Jump Bible, possibly because it's the easiest to get hold of for free. One of the main reasons I do these videos is so that people who don't have a lot of spare cash can make a more informed choice. There's a lot of marketing tricks out there, but there's also a lot of quality programs, and it's hard to know which is which. One other question that's been popping up is what equipment I've needed so far. I've done a brief tally. It's not going to be exact, but I count about 85 lower body exercises and drills, 10 requiring a band and 14 needing enough space that you couldn't do the exercise in a typical commercial gym. There are ones where you're power skipping with dumbbells, and the gyms I've been to don't have enough straight line space to do that. I've not counted any of the core exercises, and a lot of them involve a band, so that's why that number isn't higher. Speaking of core exercises, these were really easy in phase 6 if I'm honest. Days 2 and 4 take about 25 minutes, and after that I'd been introducing some of Kelly Starrett's mobility drills from his book. Vert Code Elite is quite casual about stretching and foam rolling. Each phase comes with an explanation of which exercises you can skip if pushed for time, and stretching is often optional. This is in contrast to other programs where stretching and flexibility are really important. I know many of you follow Knees Over Toes guy. Ben let me play this clip where he's following up a windmill dunk with his splits, and he places much more emphasis on stretching, rightly so in my opinion, and so I wanted to get back into the habit of prioritising mobility. I had a sports massage after phase 6 and I was told that I had a really tight VL, quite tight hamstrings and collapsed arches. She said that just because I can touch my toes doesn't mean that my hamstrings are in good condition. So that's more evidence that this program is maybe lacking in some areas. I've already started phase 7, but I've had enough of the half-assed warm-up and cool-down that you get with Vert Code Elite, so I've substituted in the warm-up from the Jump Bible, which is the best one I've found so far. I will also do more soft tissue work, more foot conditioning to fix my arches, and try and introduce some barefoot training. He does encourage barefoot training right from the very beginning, so that is entirely on me for not staying on top of it. I have ordered some minimalist shoes and I'll try and introduce those for suitable exercises. The people who've got as far as phase 7 on the forums have spoken very highly of it, and some of them have even chosen to repeat it instead of going on to phase 8. It's 6 sessions a week, but the sessions are much shorter. I did yesterday's in 55 minutes, so it's not a case that the increased frequency means higher overall volume. Thanks for watching, guys.